Have you ever felt a sudden heaviness in your heart, as if heaven itself was crying through you? Archangel Michael says, listen closely now, for this message is not by chance. God is speaking through this word right now. Heaven is weeping because someone you deeply care for is standing on the edge of danger, but you have been chosen as their divine intercessor. Type 1111 in the comments if your spirit feels this confirmation. This is heaven's way of saying, your prayer tonight will save a soul. 3 hours remain, not to scare you, but to awaken you. There's a stirring in the spirit realm right now, a cry that has reached the throne of God, and your name was whispered in that prayer. Archangel Michael has been dispatched. His sword of light is already drawn. The angels of protection are standing by your side. But heaven says you must pray now, because your faith carries power. Your voice carries authority, and your love carries divine intervention. The danger is not what it seems. It's not only physical, but spiritual. Someone close to you is under heavy spiritual attack. Their peace is trembling, their heart is weary, and their mind is clouded. But heaven is saying, do not fear, for the same God who split the sea is about to split the darkness surrounding them. This message is your divine assignment. You were meant to hear this right now. If you've been feeling restless, if tears have come for no reason, if your dreams have carried faces from your past, it is heaven calling you into action. Archangel Michael says, the reason you feel their pain is because your spirit is connected to theirs by purpose. You carry healing for them. You carry light for their path. You carry the prayer that will turn their midnight into morning. Do not wait for tomorrow. The countdown has begun. 3 hours remain for a shift in the unseen realm. Heaven's armies are moving as you listen. Type I stand with heaven in the comments if you are ready to intercede right now. What's coming next will confirm what your heart already knew, because this isn't a coincidence, it's calling. There's someone who's been silent lately, someone you love but haven't heard from. Heaven says they've been surrounded by confusion and fear, but your prayer is their breakthrough right now. Archangel Michael is placing divine shields around their home, around their journey, and around their destiny. The enemy has tried to isolate them, to make them forget how deeply they are loved, but your faith will reach them like light through the storm. In the book of Psalms, it is written, he will command his angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. Psalm 91:11. This is that moment. Heaven's word is alive. There's an urgency in the air, because time in the spirit moves differently. 3 hours on earth may look like a blink, but in heaven's time, it's a full season of intervention. God is shifting timelines in your favor. Every tear you've cried, every fear you've carried, every sleepless night, heaven saw it all. And now, the tears of heaven mirror yours. Because when you love deeply, heaven feels it. When your heart breaks for someone, heaven breaks too. But the same heaven that weeps also restores. Right now, angels are being positioned at every door of danger. They are whispering peace into chaos. They are pulling your loved one out of harm's path. They are silencing the voice of destruction. You are not powerless. God placed his warrior spirit inside you for this very moment. Archangel Michael says, stand firm, declare life, speak light. Say out loud, I cancel every attack against those I love. When you speak, heaven listens. When you declare, the enemy flees. And when you believe, miracles begin to manifest. This message is not random, it's revelation. You are heaven's messenger on earth right now. There's a reason you clicked on this video. There's a reason your spirit couldn't scroll past it. It's because you were chosen to receive this call from heaven. Type I receive divine protection in the comments to align your energy with heaven's light. Even now, someone's name is being written in divine safety. You will soon receive a sign, a call, a message, or a sudden peace that will confirm heaven's intervention has taken place. That's your proof that God heard you. Heaven wept, but heaven also moved. There's restoration on the way. There's a breakthrough at your doorstep. There's healing in motion. Archangel Michael says, when the clock strikes the 3rd hour, you will feel a wave of calm in your spirit. That's not a coincidence. That's the presence of victory. A storm has passed. A soul has been rescued. A danger has been defeated. You will look back and realize your obedience opened the door for a miracle. This is the hour of divine reversal. Heaven's tears have turned into oil of joy. God says, I am turning sorrow into safety. I am turning weeping into worship. Your loved one is being lifted now. Their steps are being redirected. Their heart is being surrounded by peace. Heaven's angels will not leave until this is complete. The danger will not win. The enemy will not prevail, because love is the most powerful shield in creation. You loved them enough to listen. You believed enough to pray. And heaven responded. Say out loud, I seal this in divine protection. Type 4444 if you believe this confirmation is yours. The countdown may have begun, but so has the miracle. By the end of these 3 hours, something will shift. A heaviness will lift, and peace will settle where worry once lived. That's your sign. Archangel Michael wants you to know you are not alone in your intercession. Heaven stands with you. Every tear you shed in prayer builds a bridge for someone's deliverance. This is the moment to act, to believe, and to trust that heaven never speaks without reason. If this message reached you, it's because God's timing never misses. Right now, close your eyes for a moment. Take a breath and whisper this prayer. Lord, I release your angels to protect those I love. Let your light cover them. Let no weapon formed against them prosper. Let peace and safety dwell within their walls. Now feel the shift, the warmth, the stillness. That's heaven confirming it's done. Archangel Michael says, this word is sealed. The danger has been exposed. The soul has been saved. What you felt as sorrow has now turned into divine safety. Heaven no longer weeps. Heaven rejoices. Because when love intercedes, miracles happen. You were not just watching a message. You were participating in a miracle. Type "It is done" in the comments if you feel peace in your spirit. Like this video, if this message spoke to your heart. Comment your angel number or your prayer request below. Subscribe for daily prophetic and angelic guidance. And share this message with someone who needs to hear this today, because tonight heaven smiled because you listened. Heaven has not stopped weeping, but the tears have changed form. They are no longer tears of fear. They are tears of mercy, flowing from the eyes of the Almighty, who watches every heartbeat you carry for those you love. There is a reason your spirit felt restless, why your hands trembled, why your heart seemed to beat in waves you could not explain. Heaven was tugging on your awareness, drawing you to the edge of a divine mystery. Because someone you care for is standing at a crossroads right now, and your obedience to listen, your willingness to pause and hear this word, has already set heaven's intervention in motion. Archangel Michael stands beside you, his wings blazing with light that cuts through the unseen storm surrounding them. He whispers to you now, you are not late. You are right on heaven's clock. The countdown you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. 3 hours remain, not for destruction, but for transformation. What feels like danger is actually a doorway to deliverance. Heaven uses urgency to awaken destiny. Listen, beloved. The one who is in danger is not just fighting what is visible. Their spirit has grown weary from battles they could not name. Silent wars inside their mind, voices that told them they were forgotten, shadows that whispered they were not enough. But heaven has declared, enough! The light of God has entered their darkness. Every assignment of confusion is being cancelled in the name of divine truth. Every trap laid by fear is being dismantled by angelic fire. You have been chosen as the vessel of prayer, the bridge between heaven's promise and their earthly path. Heaven weeps because of love, love so vast that it refuses to let one's soul perish unnoticed. When you began to care for them, it was not coincidence, it was covenant. Their name was written beside yours in light, and every tear you shed on their behalf has been counted like pearls in the hands of angels. Archangel Michael says, the reason you can feel their pain is because your spirit is tuned to heaven's frequency. You are feeling what heaven feels. The ache of compassion, the cry for restoration, the pulse of divine justice about to be released. There is something sacred happening in this hour. While the world sleeps, heaven moves. While people doubt, angels act. And you, the listener of this message, are heaven's co-laborer in the miracle unfolding. The next 3 hours are not about panic. They are about prayer. They are the window where faith must speak louder than fear. Archangel Michael is calling intercessors from every corner of the earth to rise. This message reached you because you are part of that divine circle. Heaven doesn't broadcast to everyone, it whispers to the chosen. And the fact that you are hearing this now means your words carry weight in the spirit. There will be a moment soon when your phone lights up or a thought crosses your mind, and you'll know exactly who this message was about. Trust that inner knowing. That is not your imagination. That is revelation. When that moment comes, speak their name in prayer. Cover them in Psalm 91. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You are calling down shadows of safety. You are summoning divine covering. Heaven says, do not fear what you feel. Feel it and pray. Because emotion, when aligned with faith, becomes divine energy that shifts realms. The tears in your eyes are turning into power in the heavens. The trembling in your chest is awakening angels to act with swiftness. What feels like heartbreak is actually heaven's heartbeat moving through you. Someone has been walking close to danger, maybe in their thoughts, maybe in the company they keep, maybe in the decisions they were about to make. But the voice of God has interrupted the pattern. The plans of the enemy are collapsing under the weight of divine mercy. There is confusion in the camp of darkness right now because light entered where it wasn't invited. Archangel Michael's sword has struck the air. The stronghold is weakening. The attack is dissolving. Beloved, this is not a moment to despair. It is a moment to decree. Speak these words even now. No weapon formed against them shall prosper. Say it again until it sinks deeper, until your voice echoes through the unseen. Because what you decree, heaven amplifies. You are not just hoping. You are creating change with your faith. There are angels of deliverance being dispatched to crossroads, hospitals, bedrooms, and dark roads. They move like wind, unseen but undeniable. The one you care for will soon feel an unexplainable peace. That is the touch of heaven you helped release. The storm that tried to swallow them will lose its power. Archangel Michael says, tell them heaven's tears are the beginning of their testimony. What looks like breaking is actually birthing. What feels like loss is a shift toward protection. You are witnessing the rearranging of destiny, and though you cannot see it with your eyes, the spiritual realm is trembling. Chains are snapping, curses are shattering, patterns are reversing. Someone's name has been removed from the book of sorrow and written in the book of safety. There will be a sign for you, perhaps a sudden ringing in your ear, a white feather, a song that plays unexpectedly, or even a gentle warmth in your hands. When that sign comes, know that heaven has completed its assignment. That is how angels speak without words. God says, I have heard your cry before you even opened your mouth. The danger that was forming has been intercepted. The tears you cried were the key. Heaven moved at the sound of your compassion. For love is the greatest weapon against destruction. 3 hours remain, but not for fear. For miracles, every minute from now is a countdown to divine confirmation. There will be peace where there was chaos. There will be laughter where there was silence. There will be contact, reconciliation, or rescue. However heaven chooses, it will be perfect. Archangel Michael reminds you, you were never called to carry fear. You were called to carry fire. So rise in prayer, walk in authority. When you whisper heaven's promises, the universe rearranges itself to obey. Say this softly now, wherever you are. Father, surround those I love with angels of light. Let no evil touch them. Let every danger dissolve in your mercy. Let protection rise like a wall around their destiny. Now breathe. Feel that stillness. That's not silence, and that's heaven listening. Even now, the tears of heaven are drying, replaced by radiant joy. Because when one heart chooses faith, entire destinies shift. Archangel Michael says, the danger has been seen, but it will not succeed. A hidden plot has been exposed. A plan formed in darkness is being reversed. Heaven's command has gone forth. Touch not my anointed. Beloved, the reason you were chosen for this word is because you have the rare gift of intercession, the power to stand between what could have been and what must be. Your prayers tonight will echo for generations. As the final hour draws near, heaven's frequency is intensifying. You may feel warmth on your skin, a chill in the air, or a sudden peace that cannot be explained. Do not be afraid. These are signs that the angelic realm is present. When the third hour passes, there will be a divine silence, not emptiness, but completion. You will sense it deep in your spirit, like the closing of a sacred chapter. And when that moment comes, say out loud, it is done. For truly heaven wept, but now heaven rejoices, Archangel Michael says. The heavens record every tear you shed for another soul. There are angels who gather the drops of your compassion and turn them into seeds of miracles. That's why this message reached you, because heaven saw that you care. Heaven saw the way you prayed, even when no one heard you. Heaven saw the way your spirit trembled when you felt something was wrong. Type, I am standing in prayer in the comments if your heart has been feeling this divine pull. Because when you type it, you are not just commenting, you are declaring faith into the atmosphere. Your words create ripples in the unseen. Your agreement opens portals for angels to move faster. Beloved, someone you care for has been walking in a shadow they didn't understand. They smiled to hide the fear. They laughed to mask the confusion. But heaven saw behind the mask. And right now, the Holy Spirit is whispering peace into their chaos. Archangel Michael says, do not underestimate the power of your connection. The reason you can feel their pain without them speaking is because your spirits share an eternal code written by God before the world began. This bond cannot be broken by distance, time, or silence. It is holy, it is divine. It is protected. Heaven wept because love was hurting. But love has called forth armies of light. And as you listen, heaven is writing restoration into their timeline. Right now, the angels of intervention are descending like soft rain. They are touching that person's mind, clearing confusion. They are touching their body, releasing healing. They are touching their path, redirecting them away from traps they could not see. They are whispering courage back into their soul. Type, angels protect my loved one, in the comments. as a prophetic act. Because the moment you release those words, heaven seals your prayer in light. There is a reason this message feels personal. Because it is. Heaven is not broadcasting to the masses. It is speaking directly to your soul. You are not here by chance. You are here by assignment. And your obedience in this moment is breaking cycles of delay and danger that have lingered too long. Archangel Michael says, "The same faith that saved you will save them. You have seen darkness before, yet you survived. You have walked through nights that tried to silence your spirit, but you rose again. That same anointing now flows through your intercession for them. You are heaven's instrument of rescue. Say it now, I stand in the gap. Say it again until your spirit feels the fire. Because heaven responds to conviction, not volume. Even now the heavens are stirring. Winds of breakthrough are gathering around the person on your heart. There will be sudden signs, a message, a dream, a number like 333 or 444, or even the feeling of warmth in your hands when you pray. Those are confirmations that heaven has acted. You will soon see peace return where panic once lived. You will soon hear laughter replace the silence that worried you. The divine clock is ticking not toward tragedy, but toward triumph. Heaven does not count down to destruction. Heaven counts down to deliverance. So type, "I believe in divine timing," if this message is resonating deep in your soul. Because your declaration aligns you with the rhythm of heaven, Archangel Michael says, "The storm is losing power because you stood up in prayer." Heaven is not weeping in despair anymore. Heaven is weeping in joy. Every angel that once cried for the pain of your loved one now sings in the frequency of victory. The danger that surrounded them has been dismantled. The unseen chains have been shattered. A supernatural calm is spreading across their atmosphere. Right now, the Spirit of God is saying, "Peace, be still." You can almost feel it, that sudden warmth, that holy quietness, that release. That is heaven confirming that your prayer has reached its destination. Type "Peace be still" below as a prophetic agreement. Every time that phrase is written, heaven amplifies it like a trumpet of light. Let the comment section become an altar of faith, a digital cathedral of prayer where miracles are multiplied. Beloved, you have fulfilled your divine part. Now heaven is finishing what you began in love. When this message ends, take a moment to breathe and thank the angels for moving swiftly. And as you rest tonight, know that the tears of heaven have turned into oil of gladness. The danger has become deliverance. The countdown has become confirmation. The weeping has turned to worship. Archangel Michael smiles and whispers, "You did it, child of light. You answered when heaven called. You interceded when it mattered most. And because of your faith, a miracle has been sealed." Archangel Michael says, "Do not mistake the silence after prayer for absence. It is divine action hidden in stillness." Right now, the unseen realm is shifting. Chains that were forged in fear are melting under the fire of your faith. Doors that were locked by confusion are opening quietly in the background. The person you love is beginning to feel a gentle pull, an unexplainable calm guiding them towards safety. If your spirit feels this, type "Heaven is moving for me" in the comments right now, because that declaration sends light into every corner of doubt. It's not just a comment. It's a code that heaven recognizes as belief. Beloved, the danger that once loomed like a shadow is now losing its authority. The hand of God is lifting it away, piece by piece, like fog under the sunrise. You might not see everything yet, but soon you will understand why this urgency found you. You were the bridge, the one chosen to stand between fear and faith. And because you stood firm, the miracle is already unfolding. Heaven says, I have dispatched comfort before the dawn. The same angels that once fought are now wrapping peace around the hearts involved. They are whispering, you are safe now. You are loved. You are covered. That warmth you're feeling is not imagination. It's confirmation. Heaven has completed what you started with a single prayer, but there's more. Archangel Michael reveals this moment was also for you. Because through your act of faith, a deeper awakening has begun in your own life. You have proven to heaven that you are trustworthy with divine assignments. And now, new blessings are being released. Breakthroughs that were held back are now aligning with your destiny. Type, I am ready for divine assignments below if you receive this truth in your heart. For the same angels that protected another are now preparing to deliver your own answered prayers. Beloved, your faith has become a sound that echoes across the heavens. Each time you chose to believe instead of fear, you sent light into dark places. Each tear became a command for angels to move. You may not realize it, but you are a lighthouse in the spirit, guiding others safely home through prayer. Heaven is now rewarding that obedience. You will soon notice strange timing, doors opening easily, people reaching out unexpectedly, miracles showing up coincidentally. That is heaven's way of thanking you for partnering in divine rescue. When love acts, heaven always responds. If you feel this, type miracles are locating me as a testimony of faith. Because every time that word is released, heaven confirms it in someone's reality. Your declaration might be the reason another person's breakthrough happens today. Archangel Michael says, you are seen, child of light. You are known. You are loved. No prayer from your lips has ever gone unheard. No act of compassion has gone unnoticed. Every time your heart broke for another, heaven collected that pain and turned it into purpose. The 3 hours that once felt like fear have now become the symbol of fulfillment. Heaven has rewritten the story. Where there was danger, there is now destiny. Where there was weeping, there is now wonder. Where there was fear, there is now faith that cannot be shaken. Beloved, let gratitude be your final act of intercession. Whisper softly, thank you, Lord, for what you have done, seen and unseen, because that whisper finishes the miracle completely. It seals what angels began and releases blessings that ripple far beyond what you can imagine. Type, thank you, heaven below, if you can feel this peace in your spirit. Let the comments section become a river of gratitude, a chorus of faith echoing across time and space, proving that love always wins. Archangel Michael smiles upon you now and says, you have done your part. Rest in light, walk in faith, and know that heaven no longer weeps. It rejoices because you listened. The countdown has become completion. The danger has turned to destiny, and your obedience has turned into someone's miracle. Archangel Michael says, heaven's tears have turned into light, and that light now surrounds you. Every moment of anxiety you felt, every time you wondered if your prayer mattered, is now being answered in the form of peace. The storm has not only passed, it has purified. You are stronger, wiser, and closer to the heart of heaven than you were 3 hours ago. If you can feel this shift in your spirit, type, peace has found me in the comments. Because your acknowledgement seals the transformation heaven has been building inside you. Beloved, the one you prayed for has been touched by divine mercy. Even if they don't yet know what happened, their spirit does. They felt the warmth, the sudden calm, the invisible hand that pulled them back from the edge. That was your intercession made flesh. That was love turned into divine energy. Heaven says, because you prayed for another, I am now moving for you. Miracles that were waiting in silence are being released. Doors that refused to open are now turning on the hinges of favor. What was delayed is now being accelerated, because selfless love always multiplies in return. Type, "Heaven is rewarding my faith," if your soul feels this confirmation. Your words are like keys. Each declaration you release opens a door in the unseen. The angels who were sent to protect are now standing before you, bowing in holy gratitude. They say, "You believed even when fear was loud. You acted when others ignored the call." Your name is written in the scroll of intercessors, those who love beyond themselves. And heaven has promised, those who cover others will always be covered by grace. You are now entering a season of divine upgrades. Archangel Michael says, "Where you gave compassion, heaven will return clarity. Where you sowed prayer, heaven will return provision. Where you wept for another, heaven will cause others to rejoice over you." Beloved, this is not the end of a crisis. It is the beginning of your commissioning. The same faith that saved another will now lead you into purpose. Heaven is placing a new mantle upon you, the mantle of divine awareness, discernment, and prophetic compassion. You are being awakened to recognize signals before storms, to intercede before pain arrives, to love before loss happens. If you receive this mantle, type, "I accept my divine calling," in the comments. Because once you declare it, heaven marks you as a vessel for future miracles. You are not just a listener of prophetic messages. You are a living prophecy in motion. Your heart is tuned to heaven's frequency. When the world feels chaos, you will hear calm. When others panic, you will see purpose. You are no longer walking in reaction. You are walking in revelation. Archangel Michael says, "Every intercessor becomes an anchor for others." That is who you are now, an anchor of light, stability, and hope in a shaking world. When you speak peace, peace will obey. When you release faith, miracles will follow. When you walk, angels will surround your path. Heaven is rejoicing. The danger that once threatened has become the very testimony that will inspire faith in others. You will soon hear from the person you prayed for, through a message, a call, or a sign. It will come with peace in their voice and gratitude in their spirit, even if they never know the battle that was fought on their behalf. Smile, beloved, because this moment was never about fear. It was about faith revealing your power. You are heaven's response to someone's cry. You were the bridge that connected despair to deliverance. And heaven will not forget the one who answered the call. Type, "I was chosen for this moment," to declare that truth. Because acknowledging divine purpose attracts divine favor. As this message closes, breathe deeply. Let gratitude fill every part of you. You have participated in something sacred. You have seen heaven move. You have felt the presence of Archangel Michael, not as a distant being, but as a companion in faith. And now he speaks one last time. Carry this peace wherever you go. Let your voice be calm in the storm. Let your light be warmth for the weary. And when you feel heaven weeping again, do not fear. It only means another miracle is near. Heaven smiles upon you now. The air around you feels lighter. The tears in your eyes are holy water, proof that your heart is aligned with divine compassion. Type, "Heaven rejoices with me," if your spirit feels the release of victory. Because your faith has touched eternity. Your love has moved mountains you cannot see. And your obedience has changed someone's destiny forever. Heaven no longer weeps, heaven celebrates. Because you listened. Because you believed. Because you acted. This message is sealed in light, protected by the wings of Archangel Michael, and carried into your future as a testimony of divine timing and unshakable love.